Hey guys, what is up? Today we're going to be doing another Battlerite video. I'm going to be reviewing a character that has been in the game for the entirety of the Steam release. As I have not played past the Steam release, I do not know when this character came out. I don't really know that information, have not looked into it. As far as I'm aware, he's been in since this game was released in its entirety. Character, one of my favorite in the game. See him on screen right now. It's Sirius. Sirius. Said a lot of different ways. If someone has a more precise way to say it, feel free to correct me. My most played character. I love him. Extremely viable. Current meta. And I just feel that he is one of the better characters in the game at this point. Going in, I will be explaining what his abilities do, and I will be showing you game, how to use them, and some of the great combos that I like to do with him. As soon as we get into a game. It's always the worst part, you know? Always the worst. What are you gonna do? Gonna sit here and cry a little because you can't get into a matchmaking. Hope, guys. Silver lining. You'll know where it is. Right here. It's that. Right there's the silver lining. Right there. Circle. Now, as we're going into a match queue, I just want to point out something. For Sirius, I do feel it is much stronger in a 3v3 area than a 2v2. 2v2s I do not feel are very balanced. I feel that there is not an extreme meta built up for 2v2 in comparison. We're going in with Sirius. You can start with his basic attack. It does have a weapon charge that will go over time. As you can see, it is a different animation. And weapon charge. Basic attack does 8 damage. The weapon charge would deal 22 and apply a weaken, which would reduce the target's healing and damage output by 50%, and that will last 2.5 seconds. Coming into the first battle right here, I tend to avoid Lunatic. Illumination I'm slowly picking up more, but I do tend to stick with Sunbath. I feel is the strongest and allows the amount of healing that is necessary to play Sirius well. Going in, his second ability is Sunlight. Call down a beam of sunlight that heals the nearest ally for 14 health, recharges faster for each nearby enemy. That is part of the reason why I feel that he is stronger in 3v3s as well. With more allies near you, the faster your heal will charge up. You'll have more charges quicker due to the fact that you have more people you're playing with. Going in, his third ability is his space. It is a jump. It will teleport you to a target location and will deal 10 damage or heal 10 damage to any enemy or ally in the range. That hurt. That hurt a lot. It will deal 10 or heal 10 depending on who you land on. And if you actually land on an enemy and an ally, it will do a 20-point differential by healing and dealing damage to the respective character on which team that they so choose to be on. Coming into second Battlerite, I am trying to pick up Celestial Style, or Celestial Cycle, I apologize, a little bit more. Prismatic Strike is still a strong ability, but I do not get full use out of it as I do not use it very often. I am trying to pick it up more as more of a damage roll, but being a support is hard to build into damage, especially queuing without, or queuing a team, queuing solo. It forces you into these situations where you are forced to be the healer. It queues you as a. I do avoid Orbit as I do not feel it's not that strong. I always go with Sunwell at this point, unless I am attempting to do a damage roll when I'm with a team. Going in his third ability, or my apologies, fourth ability is his Q, Sunrise. Is a counter ability. Once triggered, you can teleport to any location respectively to his location. Let's see if I can get it countered right now. Boom, I can fly over here, and now if you notice my weapon is now recharged. It will automatically recharge the weapon. So there's good ways to do combos with this. Go in, hit off a charged weapon, hit the counter, land directly back on them, and hit with the charged weapon again, and you deal about 50 damage very, very quickly.
The light and dark to the dark.
Alright, I'm trying not to show things. I'm trying to record a video.
Here we go.
This is a guide. I can't be using these fun abilities before I show you guys. Next ability is Petrify. Basically will lock someone in place. Wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it. Ah.
Here we go.
I just got killed in the counter. I'm very confused by that. I'm gonna be honest. An 1100 point round. Yeah, that was a bad 1v1 towards the end. I will call on me. Coming into the third, I tend to avoid the weaken because in a lot of cases it does not come out effectively. Some points, the healing reduction is very strong against a character like Pearl, or at times, if it is a very strong player with those characters, you can have a Paloma or a Sirius doing very well at healing that you would need to counter. The Crescent Strike damage is very strong, but again, it comes into the fact that you get queued as a support, not as a damage or a melee role once you play Sirius. I tend to go with the 1.2 second root with the crippling slash. I feel like it really sets up other abilities for the rest of your team and lets you play that support role while still being able to put damage output while they're in the root. Petrifies all enemies at the target location. Target is granted shield for 18 health, 3.4 seconds, so it can lock them in place, which is very useful. And I highly recommend, if you petrify someone, to not attack them, because that gives you an opportunity to focus on the rest of the team. So for almost 4 seconds, you now have the ability to focus the rest of the team and force a 2v1 or a 3v2, or in some cases even a 3v1,
Ultimate ready.
which is obviously very good for your team and having great setup and
Ultimate ready. The light fades.
obviously this game did not go as hoped. Went downhill very fast. I'm gonna be honest. That's why I'm playing casual. I'm trying to explain it. I'm not using all the abilities to their full advantage at this point because I was trying to explain them to you and sort of save abilities such as the Petrify. Now going in, the Petrify is very strong for setting up. You can force the 3v2, the 3v1, or the 2v1, or even save yourself and be able to run away and heal yourself as Sirius to be able to survive. And if you're in a 1v1 situation, you can heal up and now have the advantage rather than being at an extreme disadvantage with lower health. Now, along with not attacking, it allows a shield for 18 health. You're giving the enemy a shield during this stun. Now, the Petrify keep them in place for 3.4 seconds, but the second the shield is done, they're free. So, if I were to attack Petrify and use a charged sickle strike, 22 damage, it would in terms only do 4 damage, which would be less than a normal basic attack. So, by going in and using the sickle strike, you would be it would be a useless combo. You want to let the Petrify sit and attack another team. Now going in, we have the Prismatic Strike. It dash forward, deals 16 damage, and inflict a Fading Snare. The Fading Snare sets the movement speed to 0 and will allow it to slowly come back over a 1 second period to their basic normal or basic. Astral Beam, I believe, is one of the strongest abilities in the game. It is very easily stunned out of with the amount of silences and just panics and everything that's in the game. That's one of the downfalls to using this ultimate. The Astral Beam kills a beam of light that deals 100 damage to enemies or heals 100 health to allies. So you can use this as a damage or a support role. Going into it, it's up to the situation on how you use it. If you hit your enemies with the laser, to keep it on them, you can heal up to 100 damage, and you can deal up to 100 damage by keeping it on an enemy. Or I apologize, heal 100 health by keeping on an ally. I believe I messed that up. I don't know. By back of my head, I'm thinking I did. But I don't know. We'll look at that later. I'll see this, I'll hate myself for it. And also, during your ultimate, you'll be healing 50 health, which is very useful. So while you're doing it, even if you're getting basic attack through the ultimate, you can still tank it out a little bit. Now going into the X abilities. I do not use the X abilities much. I do not feel they're necessary. They're a waste of energy because of how strong the ultimate is at this point in time. Once you get into a higher rank of play, it will be highly suggested to use these, but I personally do not. Now, your X ability, along with your M1, your mouse 1, would be a launch, or it would be Crescent Gale. You would launch a Crescent Gale that deals 24 damage, which is even stronger than the Charged Strike, and will inflict a snare. Snare, as referred to as different to the Fading Snare. Snare will reduce the target's movement speed by 30% for 2.2 seconds rather than 0% and have it slowly come back, you will be locked at that percentage for the entirety and then instantly get it back once the 2.2 seconds are over. And then Celestial Rift, it will teleport to the location, dealing 14 damage or healing 14 to allies, and it will recharge your weapon. Again, I do not like this as it uses one full 25% of your energy charge to basically do 4 extra damage or heal 4 extra damage and recharge your weapon. That you could use this, recharge your weapon, and you'd be able to do the 22 damage attack again, or even 28 if you happen to choose the Battlerite that gives you 6 extra. Going through in the Battlerites, as I said, Sunbath going in first, Sunwell going for the second, Crippling Slash third, and then going into fourth one. The Saros Cycle, which recharges your weapon 30% faster. Moonstone, which successful sunlights reduce the cooldown of Lunar Strike by 1 second. And Radiance, which heal you 6 health when an ally is healed. Allow you to heal an ally, and it will give you health back. Or playing your support role, it gives you extra health. Now, I do pick up Radiance. That is my general build for him. Going into the 5th round is very situational. Some rounds you have people that try and run around you, such as a Taya or I don't know, a Taya or someone that can't jump. Taya, or in a lot of cases, even a Jade will try and run from you if she doesn't ever jump up with the stealth. Catch her as she tries to go faster with the movement speed buff on the stealth. A lot of times Lucy with the rollout, like that, you need to catch. It will attach a snare, 30% of their movement speed. It will slow them down and make them easier to stick on with the ultimate to get the max amount of damage of that 100. While at the same time, you have those people that you need to catch and slow down. You also have a lot of times you have people like Freya, Rook, Croak, any of the melees essentially are going to be sticking to you as a healer, and find a way to, if you not get them peeled off of you with other methods or use teammates to help you. Sunstrike, once you activate your ultimate, it deals a shockwave. It will knock back everyone into a 12 damage start. So your ultimate will knock back, do 12 damage, and then still do the 100 damage if you manage to hit everything all at once. Bring 112 damage. The totally ultimate. I do apologize, I'm tired right now. Alright guys. If you have any other questions for me about Sirius, I do have a lot of playtime on him. He is my favorite champion by far. Pearl coming up. I shouldn't say by far. Pearl's there. Pearl's there. Extremely strong. I'll do another review on her later. But for now, that's my review on Sirius. I feel that he is just one of the best characters to play right now. A lot of people don't like him. Think he's cheap. I just think he's in meta. He's strong. There's other characters that could beat him. Situational. Yes, he can be stopped. It's very hard to have a character that cannot be stopped, but that's just my opinion. So, if you like this video, you want to see more about it, more reviews on different characters, make sure to thumbs up, subscribe, comment, share it. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see, a specific character you want reviewed. Let me know any other games that you have suggestions for. Let me know down below. Okay guys, I will see you later, and have a beautiful day.
There was a time when I was alone, nowhere to go and no place to call home. My only friend was the man in the moon, and even sometimes he would go